Good afternoon, fine people of YouTube. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another little crafty chocolate review. I spotted, and I will put it on screen for you guys so you can spot it with me, the most stunning picture shared by Shannon Terenzi, the chocolate journalist on Instagram. If you don't follow her and you're into all things chocolate, please do. And she shared this beautiful picture by the brand Frankly Delicious. And I was hooked. I like to think I'm not, a little hamster on the hyper-consumerism capitalist wheel, but here we are. Based in the north of England, they're not too far from where I'm from, and they're making proper bean-to-bar craft chocolate. And the reviews from what I've seen and everything I've seen on their social media is nothing but win-win-win. So I am really excited to spread the word even further about this lovely little company. But let's get into the flavours I want to review for you guys today to let you know whether you should pick up some bars from Mr. Frankly Delicious. So as you can probably see, this is the one that caught my eye the most. Their pumpkin spice latte white chocolate bar, but we're also going to be tasting their coffee white chocolate just because it's a little bit different, and their black currant 65% dark chocolate. Let's get into it. So I think I'm going to start with the pumpkin spice latte white chocolate just because it's the one I'm most intrigued by. On the back of the packaging, you can get a little bit of information about the company, their mission statement to make a more sustainable future for the cocoa industry and only using sustainable packaging and sustainable ingredients, which we love to see. And the ingredients list is nice and short, which we like to see in good quality chocolate. Just cocoa butter, milk powder, sugar, coffee, pumpkin powder, and a wee spice blend. And let me just show you how gorgeous the mold that Frankly Delicious use for their chocolate is. So in this little compostable plastic packaging, immediate gentle coffee smell. And just look, if I can get that to focus nicely. Just look at the shine and the shape of this bar. It's a very intriguing colour as well as just kind of the shape and the size of it. It looks like a pumpkin spice latte, maybe slightly less kind of neon orange looking, but it looks like a milky coffee in itself. And it smells incredible. And of course, the shape that they've moulded it in allows for a glorious snap and the lovely kind of even distribution of these little kind of pyramid shapes. But let's see if this bar is worth your money. Not only is that good, not only is it exceptionally good, it is dangerously exceptionally good. Everything hits you all at once in these little layers of flavour. Obviously, you're immediately hit with the kind of familiar sweet vanilla taste that white chocolate gives you. You then have this lovely kind of fresh coffee taste, nothing artificial, nothing stale like you can get from a coffee cake or a coffee chocolate bar sometimes. Fresh coffee flavour. And then all of those little spices just kind of come in afterwards. Cinnamon, a bit of ginger. I believe there's also nutmeg and clove in this. I must say the pumpkin powder doesn't make itself super obvious. It doesn't taste like you're eating a bowl of soup, thankfully. But much like in a pumpkin spice latte, you know that the sweetness isn't just coming from sugar. You know there's this kind of like earthy vegetable sweetness behind it, which is a terrible way of describing it. But frankly, it's delicious. It's on par in terms of like the complexity of the flavour and also the smoothness of the chocolate for being a craft white chocolate with much bigger kind of brands in the craft chocolate business like Omnom, my beloved Icelandic chocolate makers. This is seriously good. If you love pumpkin spice lattes, if you love pumpkin spice anything, cinnamon anything, ginger ready flavours, coffee, or if you just want to try some really good chocolate that's different from anything else out there, that bar alone is a 5 out of 5. So next I want to get into Frankly's coffee white chocolate. So something probably not quite as kind of complex and different as the pumpkin spice latte, but still something you don't see very often. Coffee and chocolate are such a good pairing together. It's strange there aren't more mainstream coffee chocolate products because, we're such a heavy coffee drinking nation and such a heavy chocolate consuming nation. There should be more of a combination. And it's very interesting to see it paired with white chocolate, not only because white chocolate is a little bit more subtle, but because white chocolate offers that kind of like milky vanilla flavour that you get in a good latte or cappuccino anyway. Oh girl, that smell. So again, delectable snap, which is exactly what we like to hear. And you can see, hopefully, my camera might help you pick up. It's almost like you can see those tiny little coffee grounds in there that just offer this lovely little colour contrast and let you know kind of exactly what's in your bar. Let's see if it's worth your money. Subtle, but so right. Again, nothing artificial, nothing hyper strong, nothing like bitter with coffee flavour. It's like a nice cup of milky coffee, a little cappuccino, a little latte. Admittedly, it's not as kind of silky smooth as the other bar and compared to kind of other white chocolates I've tasted, but even though the ground coffee does interrupt it a bit, it's worth it for the flavour. It's nowhere near as sweet as I expected it to be. Eating white chocolate, even from kind of handmade craft companies such as this, can be a very sickly, dessert-like experience. This isn't whatsoever. It's like a solid bar of coffee in a good way, because that doesn't sound good either. Just a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of like milky vanilla flavour from the white chocolate, and all the coffee you could ever want to make this an enjoyable coffee chocolate bar. It tastes fresh, it tastes thoughtful. That's another 5 out of 5 for me. I need to calm down. The final bar we are going to be tasting in today's review video is Frankly's blackcurrant 65% dark chocolate. So this one I was intrigued by just because blackcurrant is such an underused flavour in everything but Ribena anyway, and cough sweets. But with chocolate, I'm especially new to this kind of combination. So the ingredients are cocoa beans, sugar, cocoa butter, and blackcurrant powder. That's it. No faffing around, nothing artificial, it's all real, it's all in there. And in fact, I'm wondering if that blackcurrant powder has given this bar an almost purpley tone. It might just be because I know it's in there that I'm perceiving it as such, but doesn't that kind of look like there's a little bit of purple in there? Again, stunning mold, stunning snap, and the smell is a little bit fruity. Some cocoa beans are quite fruity in themselves, but this, you know there's something else hiding in there. Let's see how it is. If you were to look up the Oxford Dictionary definition of tangy, this bar would appear right beside it. The chocolate, because it's got a bit of a higher cocoa percentage, has a tanginess to it, has that lovely bitter sweetness you get from stronger chocolate. But nothing unpleasant at all. It's just nice, rich and strong, like a glass of red wine, like a good cup of coffee. It just sort of, you feel it just like fill every part of your mouth as you taste it. The blackcurrant powder I was worried might be a little bit kind of sweet and clashing, but instead it's just offered this lovely kind of sharpness that you get from eating brambles, blackberries, blackcurrants, red currants, that sort of acidic just that you get when you eat them. You can tell it's been so carefully handled when it's been made. You can tell by the shine, you can tell by the feel, by the texture. It's not missing sugar, even though the ingredients list is so small. You taste the chocolate, you taste the blackcurrant. Enough said. Do I love it as feverishly as the other two flavoured bars? Not quite so much, but it's still a very, very good quality chocolate that's definitely worth trying out. It's a solid 4 out of 5 for me. If you guys have ever heard of, tasted, or tried out Frankly Delicious, do let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think of these bars, if you've tasted them, will you want to taste them after watching today's video? I will leave a link where you can do so in the description or in a pinned comment below, because these guys really, really deserve a bit of hype and a bit more attention than they're getting, because this stuff is good. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to tap that like button and do consider tapping the subscribe button if you haven't already on your way out. It would be ever so thoughtful and I would love to see you again. But in the meantime, that is all I have time for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you for the next one. Poppy says bye too.